everyone, I'm Leanne. If you don't know me, and if you do know me and you're back, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. Today we're in my kitchen because today we're doing a little DIY project, or like a couple of little DIY projects. Honestly, like all of my DIY videos, Halloween videos, Christmas videos, just really anytime I'm trying to do anything, let's be honest, I don't really know what's gonna happen. But I've got some ideas. I got a bunch of supplies. I got a new wreath. Hello. I've got my paint, my glue, my X-Acto knife, my glue gun. I have like a whole collection of, bottle brush trees and these little tinsel trees. I got a bunch of supplies from Dollar Tree that I'm gonna work with. I also went to Target. I also just have a lot of stuff that I just had laying around. I'll let you know where everything is from along the way as we're going through the steps. My biggest project is going to be this wreath. I am so excited. I'm kind of combining inspiration from two different places, but this is the big one. And then also I'm gonna do these little trees. These are from Dollar Tree. I love finding stuff that I can work with at the Dollar Tree. You can't find everything, let's be real, but when you can find good stuff, you really can't complain, right? All right, so I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season so far and a Merry Christmas already. I hope these DIYs are fun for you. If you wanna subscribe to my channel and keep up with all my new videos, you can subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all of that. But for now, it's time to get busy. We're gonna work on flocking this tree first. And honestly, I've never flocked a tree before. Not a tree at all. And we're gonna be using detergent, like powdered detergent and water, and we're just gonna make it happen. I got the wreath from Target, and it's a really nice wreath. It's really full, it's actually pre-lit, and it has a timer, it has different color settings that you can do. It's kind of fancy. It is definitely way fancier than what I needed, but as I was gathering supplies, this was just the prettiest one, and I want this to be something that I can keep for years and years and years. So I ended up going for one that was a little bit nicer. Hopefully I do not regret that. Hopefully I do not ruin it. Please pray for me. Let's do it. Okay, I'm experimenting with a new setup here. I feel very professional right now. I hope you're proud of me. I also feel a migraine coming on. So I've kind of got like a spotty vision kind of thing. So maybe this is gonna be the key ingredient to this DIY. Who knows? I've got my bowl. I've got my plastic gloves because I'm gonna apply this flocking by hand. I have some water and then obviously my detergent at the ready. So from what I've read, it just needs to be kind of a runny, goopy consistency, which is kind of vague, but let's just see what we come out with. I thought a little more about this, about how I said I want it to be a lasting piece of decor that I can use year after year. I'm not really sure how lasting this method is going to be, so we'll just have to see. You'll have to subscribe and come back next year to see how this wreath holds up. Yes, all of this is just an elaborate con to get you to subscribe. Don't you love it? YouTube is so fun. It looks like snow. I mean, I'm from Texas. I don't have a lot of experience, but this looks like snow, right? It's exactly the same. I'm gonna try to go real conservative with it. Oh, it's like flinging everywhere. Should I have done this outside? Probably. I actually think this looks okay, but aren't those like the famous last words? Whoa! It just went in my mouth. That's probably really bad. Unfortunately, for the people that don't know me and are just stumbling upon this video, you might not know. Part of watching a DIY video that I've made is watching me fail. But I don't like to cover that stuff up. I like to show you the process, what really happened, how I learned what I learned, because let's be real, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere. Now that I've flocked pretty much the entire kitchen, I think that I've covered it pretty well. All right, so I've relocated over here to the coffee table, not only because I want to sit down, but because I need to let that flocked wreath dry. It seems like it's drying pretty quickly in some places and other places not so much. We'll just see what happens there. Right now it is time to work on a Putz house. If you didn't watch my Christmas DIY video last year, maybe you don't know what Putz houses are, but they have a long history and they're really adorable. Some people call them glitter houses. Some people call them other things that I can't remember right now, but I really love them. The only bad thing about them is they're kind of a lot of work for just a very small product, but I just think they're just absolute little treasures. I made 2 last year, and honestly, my dream is to make like an entire village. Like I want to design my own patterns. Right now, that is a very lofty goal that I'm not going to pursue. Today, I'm going to be making 1. I think I'm going to stop at 1. I found this pattern online. I'll link it down below. It's for a retro ranch style house. So for me and Grant, this is kind of like a dream house. We love mid-century modern. So this is a really cute house. And honestly, this one is not that tricky, and I think it's going to be really, really cute. So obviously step 1, print out your pattern or design your pattern if you are a Putz house architect. One day I will get there, I promise. You also need to get your cardboard. This is just a old Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage box. I'm going to color the back of the pattern with some pencil and try to trace it onto the cardboard. The cutting takes the most time, so hopefully that saves me a little heartache and time when I'm cutting this out. The other things that you really need are a metal ruler, so you'll get really, really straight edges. I also have one of these crafting mats that you can't cut through, because whenever I'm going in and cutting the cardboard, I'm using a crafting knife like this. Is it called an X-Acto knife? I don't know. It's this. It's super, super sharp, so you don't just want to do it on any surface because it's going to ruin it. Let's get started. I know you thought this was a Christmas DIY, but this just turned into like an angry child Halloween DIY. Welcome to it. All right, it is a new day. I have all the pieces cut out for my Putz house, and now I just need to paint and apply them to the base. Cutting them out took way longer than I remember it taking last year. I don't know if I just forgot. That's probably what happened. I have a terrible memory. I also had this weird migraine thing happening where I was having really blurry vision. Luckily, I'm all better today. I feel so much better, and now it's time to paint the Putz house. Okay, turns out I hate this color scheme so much, and I'm really not sure what to do, but I think it might be a big improvement just to paint the door black, ? We'll just have to see. Okay, I don't know what to do because I think the black door, yes, it does look better than the green door. I think it looks kind of scary. And I think generally I just don't like the yellow, but I spent so much time cutting this out and I'm not starting over. Okay, new idea. I don't know if this is gonna work, but now I'm going for kind of a muted blush with a sage green. No promises at this point. I might have ruined it. Okay, as you can see, I finally landed on a color scheme, got everything painted. It took at least 2 coats for both, and it was a long road, but we're finally here. Now it's time to put the window shades, or kind of like the glass in the windows. I'm using this press and seal saran wrap kind of stuff. I don't know, it has a sticky side, but it's not that sticky, so I'm gonna tape it in to the inside to cover over these windows on the door, the front one, and then all of these. Okay, it looks like an absolute disaster on the back side, but I got all the windows put in and they look pretty good. I had to glue this side because there really isn't a lot to work with back here to actually connect it as far as tape goes. But I think it turned out okay. It's obviously really fragile, but I think it's gonna be all right. Now I need to move on and work on my base. I got some white felt to cover this little piece of cardboard that I cut, and this is what our house is gonna be built onto. We've come a long way. This was nearly a tear down before it even got built, but I think we're gonna be all right. And I'm just gonna use a hot glue gun and attach this felt onto the base so it'll look like snow. All right, so now that our base is done, we can finally start to construct the house. That's what these little tabs are for, so you can bend them down, get it into formation, and glue it like that. Okay, Okay, so here's the back of the house. And this big hole in the back of the house, I didn't put any kind of window covering in it because that's where you put like a little light bulb, a light from a string of lights, or maybe a tea light. You can prop it into the back here, and then the light will shine through the front windows like there's a little light on inside the house. It's really cute. Oh my gosh, I think I did that 9 different wrong ways, but it is there. And look, it dries so fast. I love hot glue. I mean, I hate it. It burns me. I'm really not that skilled with it, but it is so helpful. All right, all we need now is a roof.
Merry Christmas!
All right, so my other piece of the roof is on. It looks so good. I'm so happy with it. I'm so in love with it. But I have to show you this. There's a hole in the roof. Can you see what I'm talking about here? This would not pass any kind of inspection whatsoever. Okay, you know, despite its flaws, I still really like it. I really love how it turned out. Even after all that drama, I really do like how the colors turned out, and it's not perfect, but maybe that's just part of the charm and the character that you get when you own an older home. I like how it turned out. I really want to keep working on this, but unfortunately I need to go, but I want to show you how the wreath turned out because it's completely dry and it's a complete mess. So here's our dry wreath, and it has tons of flocking around it. It's definitely a very temporary flocking solution. I might have made a mistake here, which is really unfortunate, but I do really like the way it looks. I think it looks really, really good. And flocking is messy. Like, even if it's like from the store flocked, it's still gonna kind of be messy. This is probably gonna be a lot messier than that, but here is what my plan is. I'm gonna put this Putz house in the middle of the wreath, and then I'm gonna add trees around it. But that will have to wait for tomorrow. Y'all, I was so wrong yesterday. Excuse me. I thought I was done with my Putz house, but this is not done. It's almost done. I've got one more step. I need to add the glitter. The glitter is an essential part of the Putz house, or at least it is for me. And all I need to do is cover the roof in glue and then sprinkle on translucent, or actually iridescent glitter on the roof so it kind of looks like glitter snow. It's a key element. I cannot skip it. I'm also gonna add a tree to the front yard, and then we can move on to attaching it to the wreath and adding in the trees. Okay, it looks like the glue just made my roof problem a whole lot worse. The glitter looks nice, but I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Okay, now she's ready. Here we go for the final touch. Putting a crazy little tea light in here that changes colors. It might just be me, but I feel like I can tell that it's a Jimmy Dean box on the inside. Hopefully the crazy colored lights distract from that. Okay, I need to stop myself. I think these are all the trees I'm gonna allow myself to glue to this poor wreath that has been through so much already. So from here, all I need to do is hang it up, and then I'm gonna add a bow to the bottom. Okay, so I'm definitely planning on keeping this wreath inside, and I'm gonna put it on this door right here. It's a little powder room. Honestly, we don't use it that often, so I think it'll be perfect right here so we can always see it when we're coming down the stairs, when we're in the living room, when in the kitchen. It's just the perfect spot, and we don't have anything over there. So messy, but it's so cute. Okay, now that it's hung up, I have the bow on it. I have the little tea light in there. It's the color changing one. I think it just needs a white one in there because this is a little bit spooky. But overall, I think it's really, really cute. I love how it came out. The flocking method was definitely a mistake. I read some instructions online. I guess those were a lie, unfortunately, so don't do what I did, or at least don't use the OxyClean. I think that might have been the biggest part of the mistake. Feel free in the comments if you are a pro flocker. Leave your advice in the comments if anyone wants to learn. Everyone meet down there, let me know everything I did wrong. It would be really helpful for everyone else, because obviously I did not do that right. But despite that, I do really love how it turned out, and now it is time to move on to my next project. All right, so my next project is definitely on a smaller scale. It's not quite as much of a commitment as the giant wreath I just made. So maybe if you just have a little space on a console table, or maybe even if you want to make a centerpiece, this could totally work. But it is, again, very open-ended, like all of my projects are, and I have a few options. But the main thing that I'm going to be working with are these Christmas tree cutouts that I found at the Dollar Tree. These are so cute. They have a few different shapes, but I went for 3 Christmas tree cutouts, and I also found these little sign kind of things. They have little hangers on the back so you could hang them up, or you could also just like sit them down wherever. It says believe in the magic of Christmas. But since I'm going to be painting these, I have to go over them and kind of sand them down and try to get rid of the glitter as much as I can so it won't show through. So basically what I'm going to do is dress up our Christmas tree, change the color of the base, and attach it like this, so it's just a little, is it a statue? I don't know what to call this. Is it art? Let's call it art. This is gonna be modern art, okay? Christmas art. And I'm gonna make 3 of these, and they're all gonna sit together on a console table. Oh, I almost forgot, there's actually one other main material that I'm gonna use. I found these really cute rolls of mini wrapping paper at Target, and I got a few because I could not decide. And I thought about covering the trees in wrapping paper, but then I really wanted to paint them. So I'm gonna do a mix. I'm gonna start with the paint, and then I'm gonna move on to the wrapping paper. And hopefully it all goes together. There have been some mistakes. There have been some bumps in the road in this DIY video, like all of them, but I feel like this one especially. So hopefully this part goes smoothly. Okay, so now for my third tree, I'm gonna do something different. Like I showed you, I have different patterns of wrapping paper, and I determined it needed to be black and white to coordinate with the other trees that I painted. And even though I think I like this pattern a whole lot more, I think that this one will go better with the tree theme. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a very difficult choice. Both of them look really, really cute. So I've got my cutting mat out again, and I'm just gonna lay the paper over. I should probably do it this way, okay. And now I'm just going to trace out the shape. I'm not sure if it's smarter to use scissors or to use this guy, but I'm just gonna go in with this one. Okay, so now I have 2 stations set up, and now I just moved back to my painting side. And I'm pretty sure this tree is dry on both sides. It looks very different on both sides. I'm like incapable of reproducing the same tree look. I don't know, I'm a little unsure about this. Like, is this too like Nightmare Before Christmas? I can't tell, but I like it. It's kind of like a minimalist black and white thing, but I am gonna dress it up a little bit more. You could totally leave it here and just leave it like really minimal and just attach it to your base. And that's what I'm about to do with my hot glue gun, like so. I am a little bit nervous that I might need some kind of support system other than just the hot glue, but we're gonna try it and we're gonna see what happens. Oh my goodness. Oh, I let go too soon. Oh my gosh, I screwed up. Hi, Looney. Oh my gosh, I think she's worried about me. I'm okay, Looney. It's okay. Don't worry about me. Do you see her? I'm okay. Don't worry about me, Miss Lady. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna pick this off. I'm gonna try it again. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more at the base down here. It's sticking! It's sticking, it's sticking, it's sticking! Dun 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 dun. Our work of art is complete. Actually, it's not complete. I'm gonna dress it up a little bit more. Like I said, you could definitely just leave it like this, make it very minimal. I think this is really cute. It's definitely not gonna be for everybody, but I think it's a really cute style. It's something different, and it is my art, so I gotta love it, okay? And since it is my art, obviously I have to try to ruin it because I always go a little too far. I'm always like, I just wanna add a little bit more of something. So we're gonna add a little bit more of something. We're gonna add a bow to the top. I have this red yarn that I just already had on hand, and I'm sure I just like got at a random craft store. I'm going to tie it into a very simple bow, and I'm just gonna hot glue it right to the tippy top so you can kind of see it from both sides. Okay, for a final touch, I have these little pom-pom balls. I don't even know what they're called. I've never seen anything like it. They're just red pom-poms, but they have these little metallic tinsel spikies coming out of them. They're really weird. I really like them, and I thought they would be perfect to kind of look like ornaments on the tree, and I would put them on the tips here because then you could see it from both sides. Okay, now that the pom-poms are on, I'm telling myself this is finished. I'm gonna step away and not do anything else to it because I feel like it got a little bit out of hand, but I really like it. Now the work of art is complete. Time to make 2 more. Okay, so gotta tell you the truth, I painted this side of this one white just because I was real nervous about how this was about to come out, because cutting this shape out was actually not as easy as I thought it would be. Of course it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. Now I'm gonna do something I've never done before. In all my years full-time crafting, I've never used Mod Podge, but I know it's like a staple in the craft world and it should work for this situation. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put down a layer of Mod Podge onto the shape, and I'm gonna put my wrapping paper on top. Oh my gosh, so much came out so fast. Moment of truth, here we go. It worked mostly. Oh no, it's getting really wrinkly. No, please don't. It's kind of wrinkly. I don't know if you can actually tell in the camera. Maybe I shouldn't have told you, but that's just the truth. It's looking a little better. All right, okay. I smooth it out as much as I possibly can. There are still very fine wrinkles in it, but I think this is just the best it's gonna be. Oh well. Now I'm gonna add another coat to the outside just to seal it in, because apparently you can do that. Okay, now I'm done with that sealing coat, and I'm just going to prop it up here to dry. Okay, I got 2 of these done. They look absolutely crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I sort of regret putting the pom-poms on. I mean, I think they're really cute, but I kind of liked the more minimal look without the pom-poms, but these are definitely more fun. I don't know, I'm kind of going back and forth with it, but what's done is done. What's hot glued is hot glued forever. Amen. We're stuck with it. Literally. Now we've got to finish up the wrapping paper one. Time to glue. Fire up the old hot glue gun. All right, my 3 little trees are now complete, and I actually really love how they turned out. I was a little bit back and forth during the process, definitely doubting myself, but now that they're on the console table behind my couch and I can see them from both sides, I really love them. This project was so much fun to make, and it was definitely a lot easier than the wreath. So if you have limited time, I would definitely suggest this one over the wreath. Maybe save that one for next year, but they were both really fun, and I really enjoyed making this DIY video for you guys. And if you try either one of these projects, snap a photo, show it to me on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you are. I'm there too. It's at LeighAnnSays everywhere, and I love talking to you guys over there. I really hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season and a Merry Christmas, and definitely don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, let's just do this. I'm so glad you came to help me, Miss Luna Bee. The support and the surveillance is always appreciated.
Can I talk to you like this?
For the wrapping paper one. I mean, honestly, I'm just happy it stands.